community of uninvited, discounted people across the world who are saying, this is the moment where we have to do something different.
The question is, can we come together as a country, and can we come together as a world? There's energy out there. This is unprecedented in some ways. What we need is belonging. A world where we belong, a world where there is no other. So the solution to othering is belonging.
People have to connect a health crisis to a housing crisis, to a job crisis, an education crisis. Help and remedies are not distributed evenly, and the pain is not distributed evenly.
If we're in partnership with communities and we're asking people who are most impacted by the issues to help define what the solutions are, then we will have an emergent process of discovery. And if we listen, we have an opportunity to see some transformative things.
It's getting to a point where we don't see giving to other communities as giving up something, but I'm actually getting to participate in the human experience in a very different way, to be a part of this collective desire to get to a better place.
And what we learned is that change doesn't happen, or change rarely happens, because one story is told. It happens because many stories are told, systems of stories are told. So we actually have to fund towards the systems of stories.
In this moment of racial reckoning in our country, have really re-examined our philanthropic approach. We are not going to get out of this mess without really being honest about that history and what it means, especially for communities of color.
Trust-based philanthropy has at its core centering the communities we seek to have an impact.
If you're giving restricted funding to folks that are working on systems change work, right, which is by nature complex, longer term, unpredictable, you're not setting up those organizations for success.
It's our privilege to support grantee partners who are fighting for safety by shifting the paradigm from policing and a culture of punishment to investing in communities through housing, healthcare, and education. They are addressing the culture of anti-Blackness that pervades our society.
Because you're on a learning journey, we don't have all the strategic answers right at the outset, and we don't even sometimes have them in the middle or the end. We're just practitioners trying to understand how to get systemic change to happen at a time where the pressure for solutions feels almost insurmountable.
At its core, intersectionality encourages us to think much more deeply about our analysis of the kinds of problems that we're trying to address and the mode in which resources are distributed to deal with those problems.
Communities of people who have endured marginalization also have reservoirs of strength, vision, and understanding of what's needed to address obstacles they've been living with every day. And they're the ones on the ground who will be there long after philanthropy leaves to see things through.
This is what creates innovation, when we actually look at things as they really are, when we're actually willing to be uncomfortable and do hard things. That's where we're going to actually be able to envision a world that we all want to live in, where we all experience justice. I want to say to people, moving large amounts of money now is critically important. We're going to look back at this moment and we're going to recognize this as being one of those pivotal moments where individuals made huge change, where they did something that was absolutely essential and critical in that moment.
It's not a theory, this fact that if when you're trying to solve really hard problems, really hard, the data shows that if you bring together people from diverse backgrounds, even diverse intellects, you get a better outcome.
I always tell funders, we have to think to ourselves, what will history say we did with the power that we had?
The work that is fundamentally not only transformative, but urgent, and it's been urgent.
Listen to communities. We can do this right now. It doesn't take lots of study. Remember, bias to action, not a bias to study. Let's actually do this now.